Kandamulai. Bolo Sri Giriraj Maharaj ki, Sri Haridev Bhagavan ki. Also this temple, you may have seen in old days on the side of our temple wall, Krishna Balaram used to have pictures of this pastime. Mahaprabhu came here to take darshan of Haridev on his Govardhan Prikama, just like we're doing. And afterwards he began to dance in this temple hall here. And all the Brishbasis, they were astounded seeing his ecstatic frame. They said, this must be the same Brajendra Nanda and Sham Sundar, but now he's come in golden form. And instead of flute, he's got this water pot. Huh? Instead of flute, he's carrying water pot. But it must be the same Brajendra Nanda. They were all astonished. They were all watching him dance in ecstasy in this hall. So we're going to go out there and dance in ecstasy while everyone takes darshan. And then we'll continue our prikama. And I have one tiny request from all of you. Because right now we're passing through the town of Govardhan. And I know all of you want to get your rounds done. But just while we're in the town of Govardhan, we want to give pleasure to all the residents of Govardhan. So just join the kirtan. These just 10-15 minutes we'll be through the town, then you can again chant your japa. So everyone joins. You'll see all the Brishbasis become very joyful when they see the kirtan going on. So that's my humble request, that you all chant along with the kirtan, at least 10-15 minutes till we're out of the Govardhan town, then you can finish off your rounds as we continue on. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Getting the permission of your guru and the Brishbasi, don't take any stones from Govardhan Hill. If you want to take, then you have to leave the same amount of weight in gold. If you want to take, otherwise it is a big offense. Unless your guru comes and puts one in your hand, or special Brishbasi puts one in your hand, don't take stone from Govardhan Hill. Somebody said they watched somebody sticking them in their bags. And I just went to Mauritius, one girl was there, she said, Prabhu, we picked up the stone every night. In dream, I see that place where I picked him up, you please take him back, he wants to go home. So unless you get very special permission from your guru, he puts it in your hand, or Brishbasi puts it in your hand, don't pick up a stone from Govardhan. If you have, then put it back, otherwise you're going to get very bad dream when you go back to your place. Now we're here at Dan Nivartan Kut. We were just at Dan Gati, where the tax pastime took place. So here, all the Sakis and Radharani, they became very upset. This Nanda Nandan, he's always bothering us, taxing us and harassing us so many ways. So today we're going to fix his wagon. So they all hid. And Nanda Nandan and his friends, they all came here. They're very happy. We taxed those gopis. They're very, very puffed up now. So they were just walking along here, feeling very cocky like that, and they came right by this place. Now those of you who've seen, old cowboy and Indian movies and, from America, all of a sudden, they're coming along, and all of a sudden you see on top of the hill, all these Indians just pop out, right? So So all of a sudden, all along the top of this hill, millions and millions of gopis came charging down the hill. Just completely all along, as far as you can see, there was gopis and gopis and gopis and gopis. And they all charged down here and surrounded Nandanandan and all his friends. And they tied their hands behind their back. And they tied their sikas in the tree. And they just began to slap them and slap them. Pow! Pow! So their cheeks were bright red. Pow! And they were just slapping them and said, now we got you. They just tied their sikas in the tree and slapped their faces. So they said, please stop, what can we do? He said, if you want us to stop, then your friend here has to bow down and accept Radharani as the Queen of Vrindavan. So then they untied Krishna's Sika from the tree, and he looked around, he's surrounded. He looked sort of sheepish at all his friends, you know. Well, I guess I got to do it. So he bowed down at the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani in this place. So this is Dan Nivartan. This is where the tax was returned. Dan Nivartan Kund. Usually we can't even come inside here. Somehow they cleaned it up a little bit. So I've never seen it like this before. We were able to come in here and get darshan. So this is Dan Nivartan Kund. Oh, Giriraj Maharaj Ki! Hey, Srila Prabhupada Ki! So now you can see Giriraj has become very, very beautiful and tall. If you watch during the day, you can see his rocks change different colors. In the morning time, they're more bluish and purplish. Now they've got sort of orangish and reddish tinge. And right here somewhere, this Shila, I'm convinced that this Shila up here, I think it's this one. Or it might be that one over there. One of these two Shilas, probably that one over there behind the little cow dung house. That's the biggest Shila in Govardhan. At least that I've been able to see. Very big one above the Govar house. This one here, he's also quite big. So anyway, now that the hill is very tall, we'll tell you why he's sinking. We promised we'd tell you later, so this is a nice shady place. So, many millions of years ago, Krishna knew that he was going to perform his Leela here in Braj at the end of Dwapar Yuga. So he needs to get all of his paraphernalia here. So part of that paraphernalia is Giriraj. So he sent Giriraj from Goloka Vrindavan, but he was very, very big, so he sent him to another place first, just to make a very special Leela. Not even on this dweep. You know, we're here on Jambu Dweep. Isn't it? Whenever you do the puja, then the Pandit comes and he said, you know, Bharakandi, Jambu Dweepe Bharakandi, you know, Bharat Varshe, Jambu Dweepe, Bharat, something like that. They say so many things. So, this is Jambu Dweep. So there's other dweeps. I can't remember the name of that dweep, but he appeared on another dweep actually. So there was one Rishi in Kashi. You know Kashi? Banaras. Named Pulasta Rishi. And Pulasta Rishi, one day he went traveling all throughout the universe. And he came to that particular dweep. And he saw this beautiful hill there named Vishnugiri. And so many beautiful waterfalls were there, and fruits and flowers were growing, and peacocks were calling, Peacock! Peacock! Ew! Ew! Like that. So he thought, this is a wonderful hill. And my Kashi, he's very flat place. That is Gangadic plain. That is the plain where Ganga, so it is all flat. No hill is there. He said, if this hill would come back to my Kashi, this would be a very nice place to sit and do my bhajan. Very nice, I could sit in this place and do bhajan. So he asked that hill, you please come with me back to Kashi. So Vishnugiri, he told, well, you have to get permission from my father. Because we see, at least in India anyway, the children, they're very obedient to their father and mother, isn't it? They're very obedient. Right, Nandarani? So, they're very obedient to mother and father. So his father was there, just nearby, Dronachal. We call mountain, we call Achal. Just like all day long we're going to tell you, chalo, 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 chalo. Well, mountains, they don't chalo, so they're Achal. Just like Nilachal, huh? Dronachal, Himachal. So they're Achal, they don't chalo like you. So his name was Dronachal. So, Palasta Rishi, he went there. Immediately, that Dronachal, he stood up with folded hands. He said, Maharaj, any service for me? And he said, yes. I want to take your son with me to Kashi. And that Dronachal went, any other service, Maharaj? Just like when we go on life membership preaching, right? We walk into some big industrialist office, immediately stands up, oh Maharaj, aye, sit down, Maharaj. You want some soft drink, some orange juice? Maharaj, what can I bring for you, Maharaj? Any service for me, Maharaj? So yes, you just give 14,444 rupees and become life member. And they go, any other service, Maharaj? So, like that, Dronachal said, any other service, Maharaj? So then that Palasta Rishi, the one thing about these munis and rishis and sages, they can give up greed and so many things they can give up. They can look at a woman and she just looks like a piece of stone. They completely, no lust. They just look at woman, just see a piece of stone. But somehow this anger, very difficult to give up. They can give up so many things. No attachment for money, no attachment for women, but this anger. So this Palasta Rishi, he became insulted, so he became very angry. What? First you promised service, now you're denying a service. All right, he took his Brahmin thread, he's going to curse him. Wait. Oh, Maharaj, wait. What can I do, Maharaj? I'm so attached. What can I do? Anyway, you please take my son, but one condition. Wherever you place him, he will never move from that spot. He's all right. That's good. He'll come to my Kashi and never leave. So, he told Vishnugiri the conditions. So Vishnugiri became light as a feather. Palasta Muni lifted him up on his one hand, and he was very powerful rishi, so he was flying by the airways. And he was flying all night long he was going. Early in the morning, he passed over this Braj Mandal. Just as sun was coming and he was seeing the beauty of this place, he slowed down. Now Giriraj, he also knows this is Braj. He doesn't want to go any further than here. So that time, it was early in the morning, right? You know what happens early in the morning. Certain bodily functions begin to manifest. No? So Giriraj, he also became a little heavy to help those functions to manifest. So then suddenly, Palasta Muni, he stopped. He set Giriraj down here. That time Jamuna wasn't far away. He went and did all his business. He took his bath in Jamuna. And he came back here after chanting his Gayatri. And then he tried to pick up this hill. And he couldn't pick it up. Hey, what's going on? He said, my father told, where you put me, I can't move from that place. I mean, just for 1 minute I had to go and take care of my business, and I took my bath and I came. He said, anyway, my father told, and we know the Indian children, they're very obedient to their father and mother. Not like in West. We don't care anything. But Indian children very obedient. He said, no, my father told, wherever you put, I cannot move that. All right, you stay here, I don't care. But you will sink one till. What is till? Till means sesame seed. One sesame seed you will sink into the ground every day. So Giriraj, since that time, he's sinking. Ting, 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 ting. One sesame seed every day, for thousands and thousands of years. Now we shouldn't think that Giriraj is subject to anybody's curse. This was simply pastime of Lord Krishna. In order that Giriraj was too big for Braj Leela. He came from Golok. Golok is unlimited, so it was too big. So he wanted to make him smaller for Braj Leela. So why he continues to shrink so much that we saw at Kusam Sarovar, he's not even visible? He's not subject to any curse, so why he's still shrinking? So that our Sanatana Goswami in his Brihad Bhagavatamrita, he has given the hint. Because one time, we know Lord Balaram, he came here to Braj. Because first he sent Uddhav. Excuse me. Anyway, first he sent Uddhav to Mathura. And Uddhav came back and told... he sent Uddhav from Mathura. I'm getting too ecstatic here. He sent Uddhav from Mathura. He sent him, you go to Braj and take some message. And Uddhav came back and told him the condition of the Vrishvasis. And Balaram was always bothering him that you must go there, you must go there. So then Balaram, he came here to Braj. He saw his brother wasn't going, he said, alright, I'll go there. So then Balaram, he came back and he said, I don't know anybody so fickle-minded like you. They're all crying for you to come. You promised you would come. You don't know, Nanda Maharaj, he's practically blind from crying. He just stands there in the house talking to himself. He won't even talk to me because if he looks at Mother Yasoda, then when they see each other's sorrow, they both just die. So he just stands there talking to himself. Mother Yasoda is also blind from crying. She's also sitting there just talking to herself. Everything is filled with cobwebs. She hasn't cleaned. She doesn't do anything. The gopis are just lying, hardly breathing. The cowherd boys, they're just sitting in the fields, crying. The cows, they're not even eating the grass. They just stand there with tears rolling down their eyes. The calves, they take the udder in their mouth, but they don't even drink. I mean, what to speak of living things? Even Giriraj is shrinking out of separation from him. What to speak of living things? Even Giriraj is shrinking out of separation from Krishna. So this is a hint given to us by Sanatana Goswami, and Braj will again rise up to his previous glory. I'm totally I mean, you just see. He saw today so many people came here from all over the world. All different colors and forms and shapes and languages, and so many people came here. Little children came here, old people came here. He's so astonished. Look, you see, all of his hairs are standing on end. All his hairs are standing on end. Just by seeing you. So imagine if we brought thousands of devotees at Nam Sankirtan, very enthusiastic, he would rise up again to his original glory. So now we're going to pass through the village of Anyor. On the other side by Sankarshan Kund, we'll tell the story about this place. So again, I make a request that you all, because as we pass through the village, if you make me do nice Sankirtan, then all the villagers will be very, very happy. So after we get to the other side of the hill, you...
Sankarshan Kund.
Inside this village, there's Dauji Mandir. So Anayor, this is the place where the original Anukut festival happened. This Govardhan Puja we call Anukut because they just make mountains of anna, mountains of puris and mountains of halava. Anukut. Because we know, give me some water, Maharaj not to worship Indra. Instead, take all the grains and ghee and do this Govardhan Puja. And he gave a whole big list. You make puris and halava and rice with lots of butter on top, and gulab jamuns and sandesh and burfi, and whole big list he gave. And he said, if you don't do this, anyone who doesn't do this worship, he'll be bitten by the snakes on Govardhan Hill. So I hope you all took part in this festival yesterday, otherwise you may get bitten by the snakes on Govardhan Hill as we go around. So that time, at this place, they made mountains and mountains of puris, and mountains of rice, and mountains of pots of paneer sabzi, and mountains of pakoras, and mountains of samosas, and mountains of burfi, and rasgulla, and sandesh, and and all the lakes were filled with nectar and sweet rice, and so many wonderful drinks, like that, mountains and mountains of prasadam they prepared. At that time, another form of Krishna appeared on top of that hill, and that hill, Giriraj manifested a nice asan,
And that form of Krishna sat down on that hill. And then Krishna and Balaram, who were standing at the bottom of the hill, they just looked. They said, just see how Govardhan has assumed this wonderful form to accept all our offerings.
Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari. Nitai Gaur.
Namely, for speaking in the public program, there's a time limit. 10 minutes. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. This evening's program, no time limit. So you have your choice. Speak in the public program or in the evening program. Just like when you go to the restaurant, you have the limited thali and you have the unlimited thali. I prefer the unlimited thali. I'm speaking tonight. Everyone has choice. So, I'd first like to reflect on the significance of this program. That this is, we have Srila Prabhupada's Bapu and we have Srila Prabhupada's Bani. And Prabhupada always said that the Bani was more important than the Bapu. What is Guru Damodar Maharaj? Please come. Huh? We're here, we're waiting for you. Oh. So I guess they're more important than his Vani. Then we're Mayavadi. And I'm the first Mayavadi in this movement, as you know. That's why Prabhupada named me Brahmananda. Everyone else got a name of Krishna, and I got a name of Brahman. So I say that Srila Prabhupada's Vapu is simultaneously, inconceivably, one and as important and less important than the Vani. They're both important at the same time. You cannot separate them, inconceivably. If we consider that Srila Prabhupada was born September 1st, 1896, the day after Krishna's appearance. He appeared on what is called the Nandotsava, when Nanda had the celebration of Krishna's appearance. The This is not something insignificant. Srila Prabhupada ki. So, it was the day of celebrating Krishna's appearance. Suppose Prabhupada had been born on Janmashtami. And that would be Mayavadi. But Prabhupada appeared the day after Krishna's appearance, when Nanda Maharaj was celebrating the appearance of Krishna. And that was Prabhupada's whole life, to celebrate Krishna, the appearance of Krishna in this world. And if you trace through Prabhupada's disappearance, of course, was only he wanted to go to Govardhan to glorify Govardhan Hill, so important in Krishna's wonderful pastimes. Prabhupada could not go, so then he decided to pass away just 2 days later. So Prabhupada's appearance, Prabhupada's disappearance, this is his Vani. He's teaching us. From the beginning to the end, he is teaching Krishna consciousness. So how can you separate it? I find it very difficult. So, anyway, my 7 minutes are up. So I'm going to call upon I'd like to thank Dr. Fakir Mohan. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes here today. I have not been in Vrindavan. I have not been in Vrindavan for 12 years. So please excuse me. So we'd like to thank Dr. Fakir Mohan Das for the wonderful bhajans we've been hearing in the temple. The way you sing Jai Radha Madhava is so nice for our benefit. And I'd also like to Ram Gopalji, Hare Krishna. We welcome you here today. He is going to give the invocation, Mangal Archana, for Srila Prabhupada. Under Prabhupada's instruction, he went to school to get a PhD. So it's easier to drop out. It's harder to do something that is not connected to direct devotional service as given by the Goswamis. But under the order of the spiritual master, it has to be done. So, we very much want to hear from him now. Hare Krishna.
Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Chari Nirvishesha Srimati Om Jnana Tiranjana Srakaya Tatsu Tasmai. Great honor to be able to speak a little bit about Srila Prabhupada, 7 minutes, on this auspicious occasion. I want to say a few words for Vani Seva. That's it. It's also my relationship with Prabhupada, it's true, has been weighted on the Vani side. Although I had periodic association with him well before. And actually, I ran into Srila Prabhupada again and again at universities. Actually, I first saw Srila Prabhupada at the University of Pennsylvania. This is situated in Philadelphia. In 1965. Yeah, Norman Brown's. I was several pious things that happened in 1965 and September.
You're the first.
I don't know about that, but I'm the first one here to tell about it anyway.
Okay.
In September of '65, between my junior and senior year, I got married. The same person I'm married to now, Vyasa. That was the first pious thing that year. And about a month later, I was standing in the library looking through the plate glass window, and I saw, passing by College Hall, a person I couldn't take my eyes off of him. Recognized him somehow as an Indian monk. And it was very bright, and it was almost like he was floating. And clean, it was so clean. And I watched him until he disappeared from view. When I came home, I told my wife, I saw this Indian monk. I couldn't even know the roads or anything. I was so couldn't stop talking about it. And as it turned out, I only found out years later when I looked at Prabhupada's timeline in DVT, that he stopped off on the way from Butler, Pennsylvania to New York, at the University of Pennsylvania to speak about Norman Brown's Indology class. Yeah, he's very, very big. And I wasn't in that class or anything, he just was passing by. He did. I was wondering how he got to do that. Because I talked to some of Norman Brown's students who remember their professors now. Then the next time I heard Prabhupada's voice, it was about a year later, and it was a wedding of a classmate of mine. Today it would be called a hippie wedding, but then hippie wasn't the word yet, that was the currency. And we were all sitting on a water bed and savoring the local spices and agriculture. And this friend of mine had a friend at the University of Buffalo, says, you have to hear this. And he put on this record, and it was Prabhupada chanting, it was the Happening album. And we all chanted for a very long time. And I heard Prabhupada's voice, it was like somebody calling far away. Then the next year, I was going to graduate school in religious studies at Temple University. And I took a Hinduism course. Temple University had an experimental religion program where Hinduism was going to be taught by Hindus and Islam by Muslims and Buddhism by Buddhists and so on like that. So my Hinduism professor was a guy named Swami Nikalananda, mentioned under the name Uptown Swami in Prabhupada Amrita, who was coming down from New York. He was head of the Ramakrishna mission in New York, and teaching Hinduism at Temple University. He'd come in his three-piece pinstripe suit 3 times a week. And so we learned a certain version of Hinduism, known to us as Neo-Vedanta, kind of retooled Mayavadi philosophy. Well, one thing I heard is when I sat in the class, people said to me, they said that last semester we had a bhakti yogi come and talk to us. That bhakti yogi was Prabhupada. Swami Nikolananda had him down for his class the semester before. And Swami Nikolananda told us, he said, I think bhakti yoga is best for Americans. That's what he said. Then a few semesters later, by then it was 1969, I was going down campus and I saw a small group of Hare Krishna devotees jumping up and down and chanting. They're all Americans. And of course the first thing I thought is, my God, you'll never catch me doing something like that. And then I was really interested, because I thought, wow, the missionary effort is coming the other way. There must be some change in the spiritual ecology of the world or something. And so I went up to a devotee and started to talk to him and paid him 50 cents for a little pamphlet called Who is Crazy? And Krishna, the Reservoir of Pleasure. I took it home and I read it. I couldn't understand a word of it. By then I was such a Mayavadi that it made absolutely no sense to me. Anyway, then a friend of mine, the same guy whose wedding I had been at a few years before, came to me and he said, far out there's this love feast, you gotta come. So I went to the temple. And I have to say that I began chanting Hare Krishna right away. I got some beats and I began chanting. See what would happen. I have to say something happened. Lust, the greed, and anger began to disappear from the heart. I was looking. But the real thing that got me was reading Ishopanishad. I had read Ishopanishad in several Sanskrit courses. Nobody knew what it meant. And when I read Srila Prabhupada's translation and commentary on Ishopanishad, I was astounded. By then I was in my third year of graduate school. I was in training as a professional theologian. Here was a book that was in very, very simple English. And it was one of the most profound pieces of theological writing I'd ever encountered. I was absolutely gobsmacked, thunderstruck, amazed, whatever you want to call it. And I realized that the person who wrote this book understood the Upanishads. And of course that book also converted me from a Mayavadi to a Vaishnava. So it was, that's my appreciation of Vani Seva. And of course I had the devotees always on my case to follow the principles. So I could actually understand Srila Prabhupada, because that's the other aspect of Vani Seva, is the spiritual master's order. So Mother Diana Shakti here, she's my first mother, the wife of our temple president. She was on my case very beautifully all the time, to straighten me out, as she put it. So all of this is Srila Prabhupada's mercy, for which I'm endlessly grateful, and for which I think I can never, ever repay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you very much. I want to talk more about it. You know, that who is crazy, that was due to my mother. My mother came to see Srila Prabhupada. It was just before tell Prabhupada, you have made my son crazy. And then she walked out. And Prabhupada came down, sat on the lectern and said, this evening I'm going to speak on who is crazy. So now I would like to introduce our GPC for Vrindavan, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. And let me just say, my first connection with him was with Srila Prabhupada, 1968. And I was so impressed with him because there's a whole story that happened, but he saw something. He saw a defect that we did not see in our movement, and he was speaking about this, and I didn't let him. He wanted to see Srila Prabhupada about it. I could not believe it, and somehow I did not properly acknowledge, and so there's a defect in one of our leaders. I have so many defects. Well, he may not be here today if there was a defect. But so he spoke the truth. And this has to continue. We have to speak the truth. And then things will be nice. Things will be all right, I'm sure. So this here. His first thing he did for Srila Prabhupada. Oh, I'm sure they were thinking. He gave up a job. Pepsi.
Om Jnana Karandasya Jnananjanasavakya Chakshurmukandena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Saptamena Bhutale Jayanya Bhagalamaya Janti Svapadantikam. I'm really fortunate to be here on the first occasion. It's so wonderful devotees of coming to the Prabhupada of the Lord. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has predicted that the holy name will spread to every town and village of the world. And Srila Thakur Bhakti Vinod had also predicted that very soon a powerful personality will appear, who will travel all over the world to take the message of Lord Chaitanya. And in 1896, Srila Thakur Bhakti Vinod sent his book on the teaching of Lord Chaitanya to leading institutions around the world. I know that this book stayed on in the launch of Mega University Library till 1957. In 1957, the devotee had gone to the Mega Library to found the book there. So Prabhupada appeared on the planet in 1896, the year that Thakur Bhaktivinoda inaugurated large-scale book distribution for Lord Chaitanya University. So Prabhupada did say that this wasn't a coincidence, that it was the Lord's plan that Prabhupada appeared on the planet to take Lord Chaitanya University all over the world.
Where was that book from? McGill University. What's the name of the city?
Montreal, Canada.
And where did you join?
Montreal, Canada.
Thank you very much.
Well, there's nothing to Michael. So, Prabhupada had a great fortune of being born on an auspicious occasion in an auspicious family. He
how Prabhupada at a young age, in age of 5, he used to organize the Vyasa procession, personally arranged for the prasad distribution, the decoration of the carts. We read how Prabhupada in his childhood, when the others would play, he would just sit in front of the Radha Govinda Deena and meditate on those deities. And how the Prabhupada found the great desire. The Prabhupada grew up to be a powerful preacher of the Lord's message. So we're all here because of Prabhupada, the hard work, the dedication, the books that he put out. And it is important that we also take his teachings to heart and apply them in our day-to-day lives. Prabhupada was always very humble. Whenever devotees would go and give him credit for the wonderful work that he has done, he would always say, "This is the mercy of my Guru Maharaj and Sri Acharya." He would never take the credit. Remember, even in his last days on the stand in Vrindavan, we would sit around and praise him for the wonderful work. He would always say, "This is all the mercy of my Guru Maharaj that this has happened." And he taught us real humility. I remember in June '68, we had gone to a high school engagement in a Christian school in Montreal, Canada. And it was a Christian school with many students and nuns present. And after the lecture, as usual, Prabhupada would say any questions. So there was one Indian who would regularly come and visit Prabhupada. But for some strange reason, he became very offensive in the public lecture. He started criticizing Prabhupada, telling him, "Why are you coming and preaching in these Christian countries?" and so on. Anyway, the devotees were furious, but Prabhupada was very calm. Then a little later, in August, when Prabhupada was getting ready to leave Montreal, at that time Prabhupada had some immigration problems in America, so he stayed in Montreal for 2 to 3 months. And before he was, as he was about to leave, he told me Gopal once called that individual. So I told Prabhupada, "Why do you want to see him?" And he told me so badly, and the devotees were also upset. But Prabhupada said, very humbly, "I must have done something to him in my last life for which he took revenge." So Prabhupada called him, blessed him before he left the city. So we can see how forgiving Prabhupada was. Then we also see how the thrill that Prabhupada was always to preach. Like before he went to America, when he was reciting Radhananda temple, he would regularly go to Delhi and distribute his magazine. So on one occasion, in the heat of summer, Prabhupada fainted about distributing back to God's magazine. He had a sunstroke. But as soon as he came back to consciousness, he again started distributing his book. Again, in Bombay, I remember in '76, Prabhupada was advised rest by the Ayurvedic doctor. So Prabhupada used to give darshans every evening, and the darshan was dropped to the side. Anyway, some Indians still managed to come in, and they were asking Prabhupada's secretary if they could have darshan. And Prabhupada's secretary was like, no, Prabhupada said to rest. But Prabhupada happened to overhear in his room that some people want to see him. And he overruled the secretary and he said, "Let him come in." And he went on to preach. We also saw how in his last days here in Vrindavan, the Prabhupada was so sick, he could hardly sit down, just whisper. But still, his determination to preach was so strong that he transmitted the Bhagavatam, and till a few weeks before his departure, he was still giving darshans to people. So we can learn so many wonderful things. In Delhi once in '76, one individual has come to see Prabhupada, and as usual, Prabhupada would say, "Chant Hare Krishna," he would ask from them if they were chanting. So this individual said, "Yes, Swamiji, I'm always chanting Hare Krishna." Prabhupada said, "Very good. But where are your feet?" He said, "I'm always chanting mentally." The Prabhupada said, "When you are hungry, do you chant mentally or do you really eat the prasad?" Praising and I really mental Prabhupada, by mental eating, do you feel your stomach? He said, no. The Prabhupada similarly used to always chant like this. So, the 7 minutes are over. I'm sure you're going to hear a lot of negative from other wonderful devotees who have deep realization and better realization of what's on Prabhupada's greatness. So Prabhupada's hate.
So we do not have only one PhD here. We have a second PhD. But this PhD is PhD in the hard sciences, not the soft sciences. Well, now we're in the 21st century. His Holiness Bhakti Srila Maharaj, he is PhD in organic chemistry, molecular chemistry.
They said physical organic.
Physical organic. So he is coming from the enemy camp. You're from the religionists. Of course, also the Mayavadis, it's another enemy. But he is coming from the enemy camp. Jai. So we wish to hear from his Holiness.
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nitya Sasyanavani Saraswati Vasudeva otherwise all his servants, they kindly come to Manipur. The Prabhupada was planning to go to Manipur in 1976, otherwise 1977. Prabhupada called me and said that whenever your preparation is ready, I am ready to go. Unfortunately, they did not materialize physically because of various problems. But now by the association of Prabhupada, the preparation is ready. So actually, just to tell you as to what experience I had, in July I was in the United States. During the United States, I was in Savannah, in Georgia. That's to raise some funds for the construction. While in the morning, it was the first time that I saw what this done to the Prabhupada. So I was just about to get up early in the morning. And I saw what was done to the Prabhupada lying in the bed. And so all of a sudden, I approached them and I voiced them to give me some advice about the University of Agriculture. That, by the way, that is the name of the temple in Manipur. It's called University of Agriculture. So then, but the particular Prabhu was really like a happy and joyful mood. He impressed me and saying that now let's go to Manipur. And also bring our journals to Prabhupada. So that I immediately I got up and I wrote it down on my notebook. So there was I thought this must be some lessons from Siddhartha Prabhupada and Prabhupada that the project that the University of Agriculture inception has been accepted. But there was one of the things that I had. This is on July 15th this year. So when I told some of the devotees like Govardhan was there, he came in my room and I saw Prabhupada and say like this, very happy. So anyway, to make it short, the temple, when I met Prabhupada for the first time in the United States in Los Angeles, it was early 1970. So the first day, Prabhupada actually asked me to the temple in Manipur. The first day. And in the course of a little short conversation, on the first day, because you all coming here in this country as beggars, as begging the science knowledge, as well as begging the dollars. So Prabhupada said, but I don't come like you. Because I came here to give something to the American people. So why don't you do something like that? Why you're only taking, let's try to do something. And then he spoke about Manipur, about the background of Manipur. And he said, build a temple in Manipur. That was the first order. So anyhow, this says over the last several years, there is a lot of temple. I did not actually pay so much attention of building the temple because I was preoccupied with other things. But then all of a sudden came in my mind that every day I should have this again. And so the temple now is in a present situation. The temple is actually not completed. But because I saw yesterday, the dome is still being cast, it's not finished. But the deities are finished, and the Kirtan hall is finished. So therefore, and the deities are just left the deities from down this morning. That body lies in there, and Lalita Vishaka is also last for information. And so that the program is from November 11 to December 2. It was a 22 days complete program. And so we have made as a part of this called the inauguration of the Sri Sri Radha Krishna Chandra Mandiram, the centerpiece of the University of Agriculture. And the land is about 10 acres of land that we have. And the temple is very, very just a small, the central portion of the university. So I'd like to request all of you to say, come and participate and give your blessings. And your coming will be actually represent Prabhupada's coming. This is actually so therefore my presence here this morning is actually specifically just for this purpose. I just came and I just came this morning and just briefly, I can take 1 minutes more just to explain to you that this program, that the 22 days program, 3 days are dedicated for conference, for international conference on the culture of peace. And we have about some 35 countries. For the first time, the major conference on peace. It's not only others, but others, UNESCO and others groups together. So you can also participate and speak there. And the major purpose of the first program is that the installation is the bridge from the Jagannath Puri, because Jagannath Puri is what was installed. And so the bridge coming from the Jagannath Puri. Then the cultural programs are, we are doing 108 gopis and 108 Krishnas. These are children up to the age of 10 on the first day, because this is the Krishna Das Purnima. So therefore, I'd like to request all of you to please come and participate. If you cannot come this time, but at least, because this is 22 days, you can come actually any time. And if you can't come this time, it's come at any other time in the year. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to introduce His Holiness Srila Vishnu Maharaj, who, when Prabhupada was in London, what year? First of all, Maharaj, what is your age? We all have 2 ages. We have the spiritual age and we have the material age. So, but Maharaj is feeling ill, so he may not be able to spend full time with us. He's 77 years of age. But when Prabhupada came to London, Srila Maharaj, he was one of the first, if not the first, Indian to participate in this movement. And he was living as a grihastha, well, not a grihastha, just as I guess we would say a Hindu life. So, and Prabhupada installed a deity in his home. And then, after installing a deity, Prabhupada came to your place of business, which I think was a grocery. And Prabhupada saw the grocery items for sale, which are not in our line. And Prabhupada was very strict, and Prabhupada said, Hare Krishna. Prabhupada said, you cannot sell these items and have the deity in your home. So what did Srila Vishnu do? He closed the business. He did not remove the items, he closed the business. So we're very happy. And now he's here in Vrindavan. Prabhupada sent him, it was one of my first services. Prabhupada sent him first to Radha Damodar temple to take care of Radha Damodar temple. And I came to visit him here, 1971. Anyway, here we are together today, and we look forward very much to hearing him speak. Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Sannanti Bhuvanashnahanti Erupam Shantatam Sagaram Nathani Nandanta Sannina Sarvadhuti Sarvadhutam Sarijantaitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Radha Krishna Balam Sharantarika Shri Vishakhananta Om Jnana Dimyarasya Jnanajam Sadajam Chaturveditam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnavrasaya Bhutale Srimakati Vedanta Swami Vedanta Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnavrasaya Bhutale Srimakati Vedanta Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pujani Nishita Sanyavadi Sashati Shasana Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jaya Krita Jaya Galadha Vyasa Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, प्रभाव महोत्सव की जय, वैष्णव संप्रदाय की जय, सारी दुनिया से आने वाले सब भक्तों की जय। My respected Maharaj GBC, Sannyasi, Mataji, I again hold my tongue before you take your blessing. For the last 3 days, I was very sick and high temperature, but Krishna sent me here to take your blessing and bring you for it. My first association with Srila Prabhupada was with his 3 disciples when he sent me to the center. Before that, we had the visit of my mother in my house from last 4 generations, and we had the permit asked by temples. And they were there the first time in our family. And later on, I asked who is the spiritual master, who is our spiritual master, Krishna Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And I never heard his name before in India. I have been serving 4 generations to the so many Vaishnavas. I never heard. There he lives, a very kind woman. Well, what is the purpose to come to London? You want to go to temple, big temple, you want to do that. That is how my association started. On 1969, we got a place, moved to the center and the temple in Bandhu, and I met Prabhupada to start. On my first day, Prabhupada asked me, why have you come to here in this country? Are you making some money? No, Prabhupada, when I came here, I got only 40 rupees, a Bhagavad Gita, and the reading of my mother. And I don't know why it's directly here to this Velkapur. Prabhupada asked me further questions, and I asked her, I want to set up the Sankarshan Sabha, I make peace, and we have opened the centers in India. So Prabhupada, he said, we were looking for spiritual guidance, and Krishna is sent to Jesus, and I was. So, I said, if you really want me to help you, I am inviting the sannyasis whole my life up to this time, and I invite you to come to our house and bless. So immediately accepted my invitation in September 69, and he came and he spoke about 1.5 hours to so many bodies. And in the first word he said, I am so pleased to see that some Indian has got Radha and Krishna in his house and worshipping Krishna. I said, Prabhupada, this is the grace of my mother. She gave me the Gita and this CD without any money. And I am struggling last 10 years. Now you are the first Vaishnava, and I hold my hand. So this is the one. And I got a very good association. I also printed a book of Srila Prabhupada Sri Memorial. You can have it. And all his close associations. the Vani, all the association schools, how one can be happy. So many quotations from the Bhagavatam have been mentioned. You can have it. There are so many LGBT souls here. I am the fool in the world. But my only privilege is that I am born in a Vaishnava family, and Prabhupada said once, and he has demonstrated this to me, that every family order should start the duty in their house. So if on this auspicious day, all the family orders not only, but every one of the disciples make one new center, I was happy with lifetime Prabhupada. I am so fortunate that 3 temples in Bandhu has been established by the grace of Prabhupada, and the one in Delhi and one other. And so far I have found out about 3 temples. And the latest one, the Govardhan is under construction in the Parikrama of Holy Saskon. And I want to bless him that if I live for another 10 years, I want 100 centers of them whole. And this is everything I will like for. Because I have got the astrologers that my life of spiritual life is beginning at the age of 80. So I am looking at the reason to see that how I can be able, by the mercy of the Vaishnava, 100. We are all in diabetes. We have got 5 days on the time. The first day we saw the Devian. We are in diabetes. So many demigods which I learned from Prabhupada. They provide fire, earth, sun, moon, air, but they do not charge anything. So we are involved there. And the second that is a Vishirim. Vishirim is the great. All the spiritual masters, spiritual persons are greatly indemnity. And if we take that 100 parts, we cannot take that. And the third is called the Pilgrim. Pilgrims are also indemnity to our forefathers who have given the first word, that is the Hindu. In the last month, we celebrated and give water and food to a poor person. And the fourth that is called the Samaj, the society. The society, somebody is doing good for the mankind, for everyone. So we should also do that. And the fifth day, we have got the Budlim. Budlim means there are also animals to those who are serving us, like the horse, like the dog, like the pig who is eating the stools of this one. So all these gaps on our head, we cannot take. But Krishna said, Sadham Patyajya Mame Kanshanam and Saman Sarvati. We simply surrender to Krishna. And simply surrender to the representative spiritual master, your life will be better. That is what I am doing. I am sorry that I am not taking much time. There are some more. Thank you.
Also remember Shirdakshari when this land was donated, that he was the one who couldn't make up their mind, so he picked the piece of paper that said, yes, donate this land. So we're sitting here on this land that he was the one who finalized the donation. So we'd like to definitely thank now we're very, very fortunate because we don't often get the opportunity to have him come to our Prabhupada Virahamotsa festival, because generally he's speaking on some speaking engagement somewhere, because hundreds of people will come. He speaks so wonderfully when he speaks about Srimad Bhagavatam. Hundreds and hundreds of people will come. But today we're very fortunate to have him with us. Actually, originally he's from Radharaman Temple, Radharaman Temple Goswami, and he recognized Srila Prabhupada's greatness, and his original desire was that he wanted to take sannyas from Srila Prabhupada. Of course, that became a big controversy, and unfortunately, before he could fulfill that